Okay, we're not going live because we're having issues with that at the moment.
We won't be
So
going live
posted
until.
immediately after.
Second.
Should we proceed?
Yeah, you're good to go.
That's why I wanted to encourage these services.
All right, we'll call the common council meeting of Monday, February 3rd. Order. Roll call, please.
Amy Johnson. Here. Lee Dashlet.
Here.
Casey Boer.
Here.
Wayne Schmidt.
Here.
Midge Swedberg. Here. Scott Meverden.
Here.
John Ortlieb.
Here.
Kevin Schmidt will not be in attendance tonight.
Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could you confirm the meeting in compliance with the open meetings law? please?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I would look for a motion to approve or make changes to the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Midge. Second by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Did everyone look at the meeting minutes from January 6th? And any questions or a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Moved by Midge,
I'll second.
second by Amy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Is there anybody here tonight for public comment? Nobody for public comment? And one last time. Good? Thank you. And did everybody look at the bills and credit card payments? And any questions?
I just want a point of clarification for the public. That Jeff Sports Bar bill for the holiday Christmas party was reimbursed by the employees that attended the party. It was not anything that the city paid for out of tax dollars.
That is correct.
Just raise one question about the bill for Blaskovich and Downey, $16,000 in 2 days. Seems like a lot.
No, they had not billed us for approximately 3 years and then caught their mistake. So that goes back to 2022.
Oh, that explains why it was so high then.
Yeah,
A lot of back payments.
actually 3 years of billing.
So all, that entire bill was forwarded to 2024 because at least some of it was incurred then. None of it is coming out of the 2025 budget.
It just said underneath their attorney fees billed in 2025.
Yeah, and then there's detail, you may not see all of the detail, but it's broken out by which account it goes to and then which year, because there's multiple years being billed.
Thank you.
So I know you always said they don't bill us, so that explains that, but how do they justify going back 2 years like they, it seems a little,
He came in and talked to me and said, Matt, it's a billing company that works with them that not sure where the disconnect was, but me and Jim had a long talk about it to rectify where it's supposed to be.
okay, I believe it because you've said many times, I've heard you
We
say.
don't get a bill, we don't get a bill.
Yeah, yeah.
We've sent emails, hey, we wanna close our books, can you send something over here?
Okay, any other questions? Or a motion to approve them?
Also move.
Motion by John,
I'll second.
second by Amy. Roll call, please.
Swedberg.
Yes.
Ortlieb. Boer.
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Dashlet.
Yes.
Meverden.
Yes. All the committee reports, everyone had a chance to look at them?
Motion to accept.
Motion by Casey to accept them all,
I'll second.
second by Lee. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. See any license applications, anything to add?
Nope, no license applications.
Thank you. Old business, are these just placeholders, Matt? I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanna touch base on a couple of things, just to let everybody know where it's at. Myself, the mayor, and the fire chief sat down on the fire department and rescue building, last week. And I was hoping to have something here by Friday, a updated set of plans or a set of plans, with some dimensions on them. The fire chief does have a set of plans. He got them Friday early afternoon, and has spent a little bit of time, waiting for the plans to come, all day today. I talked with Jim Theis, and the plans, with dimensions on them literally came into my email as I was sitting down in here. So myself and the chief will be going through those tomorrow, and then report back to how that goes.
Make sure I know.
I will do that.
Thank you.
So that is all I have at this time on the fire department building.
The libraries, do you have anything to add on that, Ben?
Administration, police, library building, the department heads, police chief, the head of the library, Kathy, myself and Jamie were over there. We went through some things, Friday with Bayland, and I'm hoping to have a new set of plans. We do have a pretty good set of plans, but there are a couple changes. But I was hoping to have those for you tonight, but because of the amount of changes, it's gonna be a little bit yet before I have a set of plans for that. And as soon as I get those to everybody, my intent is that we would then send those to their estimators and get a price on that. I'm hoping to have that price of where that kind of falls into place for finance and personnel. And that's not going out to bid, that would be just getting a kind of a placeholder dollar amount, so.
Has the library decided to come with this?
That's still a conversation, there's lots to go before that decision is made.
Any other questions for Matt? Move on. New business, resolution 1218-2025, mayor's salary increase effective 4/2026. You wanna hit on that, Matt?
That's the resolution that was passed, for the mayor, that it is clear that it would not take place till after the mayor's election, which would not be this April, it would be next April of 2026, so.
Also move.
I'll second. Moved by Wayne, second by John. Roll call, please.
Meverden,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Dashlet,
Yes.
Boer,
No.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Ortlieb.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 1219-2025, the Wisconsin Humane Society Animal Services Agreement.
That was brought to the city council as part of finance and personnel, to work with the Wisconsin Humane Society. I don't see, there's been nothing that's changed. The police chief doesn't have a problem with it. More or less, this gives us an outlet, a place to where we can bring animals, that no longer suit our shelter after that grace period time is lapsed.
So we deliver the animals.
We deliver, or there's the Pause for Cause that's came and spoke to everybody.
Right.
They would be willing to work with us as well, for some transport,
Okay,
if needed.
yeah. And do these animals then go to Luxembourg? Is that where they go? I see that lady there here from that. Is that where the animals go, or do they kind of go to different shelters?
They'll go to the Wisconsin Humane Society in either Brown County or York County.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, there is not a Wisconsin humane shelter in Kewaunee County. So they would either go up north to Door County or into Brown County.
Okay, thank you.
They have done a lot of work on this and have made it as easy for the city as they could. It's phenomenal, so I appreciate that.
Make a motion to approve.
One second.
Motion by Casey, second by Wayne. All in favor, I'm sorry, take the roll, please.
Dashlet,
Yes.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Meverden.
Yes.
And then the creation of an ad hoc committee for the admin library building, in the bank building. You wanna start with it, Matt?
Yeah, so this would be, school district, Algoma School District, obviously has some interest of when we get there, what we depart with this property here. So they started the conversation. The school district has formed an ad hoc committee where they are, have a couple of their school board members and asked if we would put a couple together to kind of start the conversation. This isn't making any decisions. This is to simply have a conversation of what the city's intent will be when we get there, of what we will do with this property here. Obviously, the school has a lot of interest. We own more or less right up to the Algoma School District's property, in this third of the block per se, or two-thirds of the block. That is kind of the start of this. They would like to meet tomorrow morning at tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 in the afternoon, to kind of start the looks at this building and where it goes from there.
Thank you. The appointment says 2 council members. The school has 5 members on their part of the ad hoc committee. So I made that 3 council members. Myself, Matt, I asked Scott and John and Wayne if they would be a part of this ad hoc committee. So there are,
Question, is this always going to meet on the first Tuesday of the month?
I think that's something we will talk about
Okay,
tomorrow
because-
at 4:30
okay.
about when these meetings would be.
I will not be able to attend the first meeting, first Tuesday of the month. I at 4:30, I have trustees from the churches.
okay,
If that's gonna present a problem, then don't complain.
I don't think it will present a problem, but if not, we can probably. Okay, that's fine. Is there any objections, I guess, to those 3 members being on this committee?
Do we have to, because there's 2 points here, right before the appointment, the creation of that, is that an actual thing first? And then the appointments, we have to establish that we're going to have an ad hoc committee first, correct?
Correct.
Yes, I think we should take the creation of the ad hoc committee as one, and then the 3 appointees,
Okay.
if that's what we're gonna have this
And
day.
that's fine, I was gonna bump them together, but. So what, I guess there's a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the creation of the ad hoc committees.
Motion by Scott, second by John. Would you like a roll call on that?
It's up to you.
Go ahead.
Johnson,
I'm gonna abstain.
Dashlet,
Yeah.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
Swedberg. Yes. Orr,
Yes.
Ortlieb.
Yes.
Thank you. And then the appointments that I mentioned, if there are no objections.
I just need a clarification. So you're appointing Scott, Wayne, and John,
Correct,
but you and Matt are also going to be on it?
correct, there'll be
Okay.
5 of us.
So that's, I was just,
Yep.
I got confused as we went from 3 to 5, so, all right, thank you.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve the council members.
I'll second.
Motion by Mitch, second by Lee. I guess I'll just all in favor of that, because 3 of them are on there. So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And then the letter of support to the Kiwanee County for broadband.
Yes, this is something that the county has reached out to ask if they are applying for some more grant assistance to continue broadband throughout the county. The county has kind of vetted a process and decided to work with this company, Baird, to try to continue to put the backbone infrastructure in throughout the county. This grant theoretically will not help the city at all. It's our rural areas. Part of the grant though is if they get the cities and villages, I think they get 2 or 3 points for every municipality that would support or send a letter of support in this. The towns, I think they only get 1 point for, so they're asking for the city to sign a letter of support, if we would be in favor of them. They're applying for it, they're up against a lot of other, counties to receive this, but it would be a letter of support for the county to work to try to expand, broadband out into the rural communities outside of the city in the countywide rural areas.
Clarify for me, the 2 points per city or per recommendation?
Per letter of support from a municipality.
And so I
It has to be adopted here at the city council level. So if anybody just sends a letter of support, it doesn't count for anything. It would, your letter is essentially this letter here,
Okay,
with the okay from the city council.
I got it.
So,
I just wanna make sure we lose in my department.
So you send 8 separate letters with their
Yeah.
names on?
No,
are they no longer working with Bug Tussle then?
this would be a separate grant that would, Bug Tussle would still be doing the work per se. This is to get some grant funding to help pay for that. So Bug Tussle would still be the provider of the installation, and Bug Tussle would still be the one that you would be getting your internet services from.
Well, the only reason I asked that, because in this, when you read this, it shows some there. You know, and I'm wondering, well, then they must be going to run this up to the person's house or whatever. If you looked under there, the top monthly fiber subscription
Yeah.
rates. So then the individuals would be contracting with them to get the broadband?
That is a great question.
The answer is yes.
There,
Okay, yeah.
it is,
The
okay.
answer
It
is,
is, that this company, or, this is a federal deal.
yep,
There's grant money available. And they have certain timeframes to get their application in to get the grant money.
mhm,
And that's why they want our support. The county was very, very big on it, was unanimous to go with these guys, because what they were saying is there's no outlay from the county or any of the cities to get this done. And every person in our county will get access to the internet through this system. Now, yes, they will pay a fee, and it'll cover the whole county, and every home in the county will have access to the internet through this system. The quicker we get this approved, the quicker the county can add this onto their list, which will help them get the money to get this all done. And hopefully, when it's all done, it won't cost the county anything. They do have to provide some land here and there for the, I guess, the
Antennas.
communications part of this. They've agreed to do that, but there's no outlay of money, so they were very excited that they could get internet to everybody and not have to lay out a nickel.
well, then what happened to all the money that they invested in this Bug Tussle? What did they get
Well,
for that?
they're still going on, and they will still, they have their services.
They're putting the infrastructure in.
Yeah.
So Bug Tussle is putting everything down every street, out down every road, okay?
Yeah.
They're putting the fiber backbone in. Now, the way I'm understanding it now, in talking and listening to John, is this will get you from the street up to your house.
So it's like a charter or a spectrum?
Yes.
A question in the letter, because I assume that's the form letter that we would, or the mayor would sign. The fourth paragraph down, it says, seeking BEAD funding to expand broadband services in the city of Algoma of Kewaunee County, but that's not the case.
We already have it. We don't really qualify. It's really hard to tell. But if you look at the map, it's all in black and white. The eligible areas don't line up in the city of Algoma at all.
Sure, but
It's all the rural outside of the city.
sure, should the verbiage not be included in there then?
It's just a form letter.
This
they
is a
sent
form
us.
letter that they sent, asking for support. That's the cookie cutter that we used and more or less put it on our letterhead.
So you're just looking for a motion
To
to
be,
support?
if that is something that the city would like to do, I'd be looking for a motion.
Any more?
I'll make a motion to
Motion
send
by
the letter.
Casey,
I'll second that.
second by John, sorry. Is any more conversation?
So we can only send one letter per municipality?
We can only send one letter.
The more points they get, the more money they can get to do this.
That is correct.
That's the idea.
Okay. All in favor of the motion?
I,
Opposed? Carries. Administrator's report, Matt?
Is, just a couple of things, I've been covering kind of a bulk of it with the fire department and, thing on placeholders on the agenda. But just a reminder again here, November 1st through April 1st, when it snows. Tomorrow morning, crews will be out. Make sure your vehicles are off the street. Just a reminder for everybody, keep paying attention to the police department's Facebook page. The chief keep you updated kind of where that's going. And then the next thing, I'm just gonna turn it over to Aaron because it seems like 3 weeks went by, but we're back to election season.
All right, thanks, Matt. Upcoming 2025 election dates, February 18th, 2025 is the spring primary. The polls open at 7 and they close at 8. Absentee ballots have been mailed out to those with a ballot request on file. Early in-person voting begins tomorrow, Tuesday, February 4th, and concludes Friday, February 14th. Voting takes place in the clerk's office during normal business hours.
What is actually on the ballot besides the Supreme Court?
That is it.
I think it's just the state superintendent. There's one thing on the ballot. I do have one thing to add that's not an election. Don't forget to get your dog tags. Dog licenses are due by March 31st.
All right, that's all.
That is, if nobody has any questions, that's all I have.
Good.
Well, Joy's got her, she's got her shot now, last week.
Yeah,
Won't cost a damn,
All right, we'll move on. We had our casual conversations. Matt and I went down, John came, the chief, fire chief came down, appreciate that. We had a pretty good turnout to start with for about an hour, and actually very good conversation, very respectful conversation, even with concerns. And then it kind of petered out after that. So, next meeting to be determined, maybe listen to see what people say about the meeting we had. Should have done this, could have been at this time, whatever. Or we make some progress on our projects and then we report that. So the next meeting probably just to be determined. Again, the people that did show up, I really appreciate it. There was a lot of good conversation to start with, for about an hour, I would say. And then we moved on, we brought a table full of information, everything that we have going on, I think, we got it all. And then a lot of history, things they could look at, tax information, budget information, it was all there if someone wanted to look at it. So I feel like it went good, even though I wish we would have had a little more participation. You have anything to add, Matt?
I don't.
It's very good. We had a good turnout, and it's good
I
questions.
thought it started
A
out
lot
very
of it
well.
was the usual questions, dogs, garbage in
Yep.
somebody's yard, you know, stuff like that, but they got around to the bigger issues too, so.
Yep.
I think everybody appreciated that you were willing to stand up there and do that. That's great.
It was good and appreciate the work from you as well. Tommy answered a couple of questions and tried to answer a couple of questions, and I thought it went well. So thank you. And that's all I have on that. Any agenda items for the next meeting? Matt, Aaron, or Jamie? Our next meeting is Monday, March 3rd at 5 o'clock. And I would look for a motion to adjourn. By Mitch.
Second.
Second by Lee, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries, we are adjourned.